Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, I have concern at this time of year for a lot of people that have gone through this relationship because this is the holiday season and there's a lot of emotion that happens. And there's a lot of possibility for things to get forgotten that were bad, remembered that were good. Let's get into this. I want you to watch out for the hoover. And there's a reason why it happens around holidays. My narcissist no longer hoovers me, but for the year and a half that he was doing so, it seemed to surround the holiday, my birthday, any kind of special occasion. Well, here we are coming upon the holidays. So so let's think maybe you broke up with your narcissist over this last year, and here you are heading into the holidays, you think you're free. The reason I say watch for the hoover, just because they're not in your life torturing you, doesn't mean they're not in somebody else's torturing them. So follow that through. Just follow that through for 1 second. So they get into a fight. They're going out to a holiday party. They ruin someone else's night, the new supply. They're having a huge fight. Now, we've already talked about how they don't really like to get rid of anybody. If I called my narcissist right now, he would come here and visit with me. They like to keep as many on the bench as bench warmers that they can. So even if they haven't contacted you, but now they're getting into this huge blowout after a holiday party with their new supply. If they don't have anyone else and they don't have a slew of supply all over, your phone might ring. Or even if there's not a fight with a new supply, people tend to feel lonely around a holiday and they might hoover you because they're lonely. Maybe they don't have, now it's very likely that any narcissist always has somebody else around them because they don't like to be alone. They can't be alone. But that doesn't mean that they're hitting it out of the park with some great relationship. They could be floundering out there with like a million little supplies, nothing really heavy. And now they're remembering you. And ooh, she always gave me good reaction. Let me reach out to her. Her reaction is always on point. Meanwhile, I had learned not to react to him, positively or negatively. We talked about that last week. When they reach out to you with a hoover, I want you to understand what's happening and I want you to be aware of it because I don't want you to fall victim to it because you feel bad for them or you're feeling nostalgic for a holiday. Forgive me, somebody's getting comfortable. What's the matter, baby doll? Okay, she wanted love. They will hoover you if they need something. When they hoover people, it's because they're reaching out because they need you to react to them. How many times has it happened that your narcissist hoovers, you finally get back and then they don't respond? You know why, right? That's because they wanted to just know that you would respond. They wanted to know that they could get to you. They wanted to know that they still had the power to make you react and call them back. If you're getting holiday hoovers, I really want you to think about all of that. And I want you to remember there are reasons that they are doing it. They will say things like, I miss you. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to be like with you again. They will call you 39 times in a row. Now, let me just tell you something. And I fell victim to the hoover many times. But if I just look at this elementary aspect of it, I would never do it again. And I wouldn't have then if I thought of this. So maybe this will help you. Think of how unhealthy the inconsistency is of a hoover. For example, you have friends, right? You have family you're close to. You don't not talk to them for 8 months and then leave 58 messages on their phone desperately trying to get a hold of them. You might leave a message and say, how's it going? Haven't talked to you in a while. We'll get together. Call me back when you can. And that's it. That's a healthy interaction. The hoover goes from not needing you, not talking to you, not thinking of you, cutting you off, discarding you, devaluing you, all of that, to now leaving 58 messages on your machine, desperately having to get a hold of you all night long, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. There's nothing about that that's healthy. And I don't want it at all anywhere near me, not even the energy of it. And as you approach the holidays, I know it's hard. But I want you to watch out for this hoover because I want you to be equipped to deal with it when it comes. You're going to be sitting there, and I remember what it felt like. You haven't heard from them in a while, and then your phone goes off. And you can't help it if you're in a certain space. You go, why are they calling me? You're not used to seeing the number on your phone. Your instinct might be to answer. You might have them blocked and you won't even know if they hoover you. Good for you. But remember, they can still leave you a message. And on the iPhone, you go into messages. Way at the bottom, it's called blocked messages. They can still leave you a message in there. You going in and listening to their message, I made this mistake too, can work on your brain. If they say the right thing, if there's 12 messages in a row, if they're crying, if they'll lay it on thick. And I don't know your state of mind or your sensitivity towards that right now. So to resist it, the easiest thing, of course, as we all know, is no contact, right? And we're going to talk about no contact the next video. But when the hoover comes in, for you to remain steadfast in your belief system that you've already made a decision about this person, just because time went by does not make it okay. Just because it's the holiday time, your benevolent heart feels, well, it's the holidays. He doesn't have anyone. He's alone. I don't want him to be alone. I'll just answer him. We'll have coffee just so that he knows he's not alone. How sad is that he's alone? If they're alone, they've manufactured their life to be that way. So I answered a hoover last year at this time. Disaster. No, not last year. Oh my God, it's been 2 years. See how time goes by? Not last year. Last year I was free and clear for over a year already. 2 years ago, when it was the Christmas time and he was coming around, I didn't know that he already had a girlfriend lined up. I didn't know that he wasn't out there doing all of those things. I thought when he was hoovering me, he took some time and he thought about it. That's the space I was still in. I'm here to let you know that's not the space that he was in. It was, I have a girlfriend over here lined up, a new one. Let me see if I can still call on this old supply, Renee, see if she'll respond, see if I can get her to respond, see if I can get her to let me in, see if we can spend time together. Let me see if I still got it with her. And there were several times that I responded after 58 phone calls throughout the night. And then he's going to make me wait a couple of days. I can't stand that. That shows you right there the manipulation. If somebody in a healthy state of mind called you, God forbid, 38 times in a night or 58 times in a night, it's probably an emergent situation. And the following morning, when you got those messages or saw those calls, and it was now a decent time, you ring them 8 or 9 a.m. and say, oh my God, what is it? And it might have been an emergent situation. It's never an emergency with the narcissist. They'll tell you that they're sick. They'll tell you that they're crying. They'll tell you they don't have anybody. This is holiday time. They are human, and they do feel sadness. And I think that at holidays, they've got to feel so empty. I think we all do, right? You naturally rewind your life towards the end of the year. I do it a lot. You take stock in what you did and what kind of year you had. Well, you're going to be on their mind if you were in their year, and they're going to try to come at you, but it's not for the reasons that you think. They're not missing you, loving you, sad that you're gone. Nope. They might be missing a person, sad they don't have a person, and wanting you around so that they're not by themselves, not having to be by themselves. Do you want to fill that role for someone? I'm telling you, they might tell you it's you. They might make you feel like it's all you. It's you personally they want to be with. I'm telling you, with a narcissist, we are filling a role for them. It's not about the person. I know that's hard to hear, and I'm so sorry if you're right now in the middle of something and hoping to work it out. They need supply. So if they're feeling down around in the holidays or they're having, because remember, all special occasions for narcissists are occasions to blow it up, mess it up. So they're going through all those big occasions right now around the holidays with someone else. That's a lot of opportunity for them to mess things up. They're going to take off in a different car from their partner from a Christmas party because Triangulation 101 was happening and there's a big fight. They're going to get into the car. They're going to call every single person they have on their phone from whom they may get attention. And if you're on that list and they've done it and you've responded to them before, the holidays are a prime time for them to start to do that. That poor supply. Valentine's Day, I'll never forget it. That's like now 2 Valentine's Days ago. Oh my God, for 3 or 4 days straight. Calling. I went through Valentine's Day. I did not call him. Finally, on like the Monday morning. What? I said. Do you know that he came for coffee? Let me just tell you, this is what can happen with a Hoover. Came for coffee. Hung out the next day. By the next day, he's off out of town again, not on the phone, and telling me I'm just a lousy guy. Meaning, forget everything I just told you in the last 24 hours. Here I go off to misbehave again. I'm just a lousy guy. I'm like, what are you talking? Oh my God. Devastated that I answered him. I should have just not have answered him. They always want something. It was an interim down period from him and his girlfriend. And by the time I got back to him, it was getting patched up. So, of course, now he's taken off and not. That can be so devastating. And I've had some of you say that. That, you get to them, they're trying to get to you and you get to them and then they ignore you. And the people go, why? Because they don't really want to talk to us. It has nothing to do with us, the person. In a healthy relationship, if somebody wants you back, wants to talk to you, they're going to take healthy measures to do that. They're going to leave you a message between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday because you could be in another relationship. It's not really proper to call somebody into the evening hours. I still adhere to that. So they're going to try to reach out to you in a healthy manner. They're going to maybe write to you. They're going to email you. They're not going to torture you with 58 emails throughout the night, crying, yelling, calling you names if you don't answer. How many times does that happen? Is that a healthy cycle? So the Hoover starts out, I love you so much. By message 58 is, you're just like the rest of them. And they're calling you every name in the book. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to fast forward. Just pretend that it's the 58th message. And 58th message. Pretend that that's happening already and save yourself the trouble. You want to listen to their messages or you don't have them blocked and you can see the phone calls coming in, that's fine. But there are reasons for no contact, and we'll get into that later on Wednesday. But I want you to understand right now about the Hoover is to beware what's happening on their end. There are reasons they're reaching out to you. They don't miss you, love you. No. That's not why. And they might convince you of it, and you might respond, and you might get back into it with them. And let me tell you something. If that happens, just know there will be more pain, because now you've given them an opportunity to inflict pain. You've given them an opportunity to inflict pain. Well, they didn't change. They're the same person that hurt you before. So they're going to take that opportunity to inflict pain, and they're going to go with it. We're going to talk about no contact next video. Please stay with us. Hello, Min. Thank you so much for watching.